Good morning. Welcome back to my kitchen. This morning, I'm going to still be working with some peaches. Since I had a whole flat box full of them, I need to still use some peaches. Yesterday, I made my peach salsa. I got 10 jars of peach salsa. I opened up one I absolutely couldn't resist last night with some chips. It's delicious. Gotta try this recipe. Okay, so today I woke up and I came in the kitchen to make myself some hot tea and I could smell the peaches. They're just overwhelming in my kitchen. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna make something this morning. So I've decided to make Streusel Peach muffins. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. So what I will need, here's my little peaches, which I'll set aside for right now. And what I'm going to need is the topping to begin with. Because it's a streusel and it's going to have something on the top, I will start with that. So my recipe calls for 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. You don't need a very big bowl, so I'm just going to start with this one. So I put the flour in. Then it calls for 3 tablespoons of sugar. There you go. 3 tablespoons of just regular sugar. It's 1, 2, and 3 of the sugar. Calls for 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, which I have, a little baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. Level that out and put that in. And it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I just have it in my little shaker container, so I'm just gonna put what I think is about 1/2 teaspoon of the cinnamon. And then it calls for 4 tablespoons of cold butter, and that's my 1/2 stick here. I have a 1/2 stick, which I'm going to cut smaller. I'm going to take my 1/2 stick, then I'm going to chop it up in the bowl into littler ones so that when I start mixing this, it gets well blended. Another drop dead gorgeous day in Colorado today. Couldn't ask for better weather. We are supposed to get some rain this week. Probably won't be very much. 30 and 40% isn't very much. We'll see. We'll see. But today it's a gorgeous day out there. Really, really pretty. Okay, so that is the butter. Then I'm just going to take a fork. That's it in the little bowl here. And I'm just going to start blending this with the fork. You can use the pastry cutters. But for this, I think today, you just want to get it where the flour mixture is into that butter a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I can smell that cinnamon in there. It smells good already. Haven't even began to make the muffins and it already smells good just with the cinnamon. Cinnamon is just a wonderful flavor to have in your kitchen. It really is. All kinds of things. Smells like I'm making cinnamon rolls already, and I'm not. But close. These muffins are going to be kind of close. Going to be real nice. Okay, so you're just going to keep kind of blending that until, like I said, your butter looks the size of, a little pea size in there. You could probably do this in a food processor, a small one, but you know, why get out another item to wash when you can do it this way? Okay, so now it's looking more like this in the bowl, and that's kind of what we want. All right, I'm going to set that aside now, and now I'm going to take out another bowl right here. And this is the muffin mix. And so in that we need 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, which I'll pour right in. Then we need 1 1/2 teaspoons of the baking powder. That's going to let these little muffins rise. That's what we want. Okay. And then it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which I have. And it calls for 2/3 cup of sugar. And they want you to kind of mix that around just a little bit. Okay. Mix that around. And then we have to do some peaches here, because that's our main ingredient is the peaches. So I'm going to take the ripest ones that I can feel and find here, probably this one. And some of them are a lot more ripe than others, so I'll take 3 to begin with here. And what we want to do on it is take the skins off, of course, and just get it down to the peach. And you're going to say, well, there's dark spots on that peach. Yes, there are, now that it's nice and ripe. And that's the best part, to me anyway. It is. I suppose you could use canned peaches for this recipe, but I'm not going to when I have all these peaches, the fresh ones. And we want a good cup of peaches, so I'll go back to my measuring cup here. Just cut all this away. Get the seed out. And that's where you can see that it's very, very fresh, is when you can do that. Now, because this is going in a muffin mix, I'm going to cut these a little small so that it blends in well with my mixture here. Hope your morning is going as good as mine is today on this gorgeous day. This is going to make 12 muffins in a muffin pan. You want to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So mine is already preheating and already there waiting for me. Probably, see, these are pretty good sized peaches, so I'm only going to need probably 2 of the bigger ones here will make my cup. And that's what I want. Nice cup. And this one's pretty juicy, it really is. Pretty juicy. So many things that you can make with peaches. It just really is. There's a peach butter that I haven't tried. I should make that this year instead of just canning, you know, for peach jam. I should make that peach butter. Apple butter is delicious, and peach butter would be too. Okay, there's my peaches. Done. Set that aside. So it only took me my 2 peaches, which is fine. So you're going to put that in this mixture now. In here. And then it calls for 1/2 cup of whole milk, which I have here. Whole milk. And then it calls for 1 egg. I did do mine at room temperature on my egg. And I like to just kind of mix that up a little bit here, just to get things started. You don't have to worry about the dirty fork because it's all going to go to the same place. Okay. And it calls for 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Any kind of vegetable oil. I'm using Crisco today. And it calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Oh my gosh, look at there, I'm almost out of my Madagascar vanilla. Looks like it's a trip to the grocery store, doesn't it? All right, and that's your ingredients for the muffin mixture. And you just kind of mix that up. It's gonna look like a little bit like a cake batter or brownie mix. It's gonna be thick like that. Take that out. That's the batter part right there. And then I'm just going to use, I've got my muffin pan here that I've put little liners in. I didn't have enough of the foil ones, so I went ahead with just some paper ones. But this one will hold 12. And I'm just going to now put the mixture, just kind of drop a good spoonful in each one. Hard to do because the peaches want to come right off of there, but we'll put a good spoonful in. This is a good tablespoon of a regular spoon out of your silverware drawer. If you don't feel like you have quite enough, then add a little bit more in there. This really does smell good. If you don't like peaches, then you're not going to be making this mixture, but I like peaches. Especially these from Palisade. Oh my gosh. There's just something about them. Really and truly. Something about them. Just kind of help it along with your finger. That's what I've always done. You could use one of those little ice cream scoopers to do this and have it come out probably very even. I'm just kind of doing it the old-fashioned way, like I do everything. It's got a nice peach color to it. Almost looks like the peaches and cream ice cream sickles that you get at the grocery store. Oh, those are always so good. I remember buying those all the time for my kids in the summer. Sit outside and have those orange or, well, in this case peach, but they were orange sickles. Okay, so now you're going to put the topping on, and we'll go back to this little bowl right here. Mash that butter up just a little bit more, not much. Just a little bit. I said you just kind of want pea size of having the butter all melted. Get a spoon for that. And this is your topping. It's going to go on top of each one of these muffins. Maybe not on all the counter and down on the floor, but who cares this morning? It's my kitchen. I'll cook the way I want to, and usually do. And usually do. Try to keep that on the spoon. You're just going to fill the little cups with the mixture evenly on each one of the muffin cups here. Doggies are at it again, aren't they? Doggies are at it again. like I need to take a little bit more off of the top of a couple of them. Maybe I got a little bit carried away with my mixture here. Should come out real even, but somehow it didn't, so that's all right. We'll make do. We'll get it on each one. There we go. Some of them had just a little bit more than others. That's okay. Don't have to be perfect when you're cooking. You really don't. I'm gonna pop this in the 350-degree oven for 20 minutes, and then I will be back on to show you what they look like. So I'll be right back, hang on. I am back. My Streusel Peach muffins are out of the oven, and don't those look delicious? I can't wait to try one with a cup of tea, my second one this morning, to just get going on this gorgeous day. I hope you have enjoyed my little video from my kitchen to yours on making fresh, nice little morning muffins. These are the Streusel Peach muffins, and I'll catch you next time on Cooking with Carol Diane. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.